Hello there. How is everyone doing? Good to see everyone getting in and hopping straight into the chat. Game week 26, hey? Game week 26. Been an interesting one so far. My man Gareth, back. He is back and he is back for good. 19 points. 19 points from the main man, Gareth. Let me know down in the comments how you guys have been doing for this game week. There's a little bit of a delay in the video, but we'll come on to a few comments in a second. I'll pull up my team. So, game week 26, the double game week 26, the first round. Here's how the team lines up. So Martinez obviously doing Martinez things, whipping out a 10-pointer. Thank you very much, Bish Bash Bosh. Soyuncu and Pereira getting the 1-pointer against Arsenal. Is what it is. They were both mainly in there for the Burnley game. Anything against Arsenal would have been a bonus, but at the same time, a little bit frustrating for them to get the 1 point, and then Harvey Barnes getting injured. That's just very unfortunate for him. Hopefully he'll be back because he looks like he stands a very good chance of at least getting into the England squad. Let alone probably not actually playing for England, but getting into the England squad. We got Bruno Fernandes blanking. Now, to be honest, I wasn't too disappointed with the Bruno Fernandes blank. Him getting 3, but if you can get 2 3-pointers, end the week on 6 points, I won't be too fussed because it's almost one of them where you own him. But if he does well, he's a massive rank killer. So as you can see there, I've got 58 points so far this week. A -4 takes me to 54. Overall points of 1,581 and an overall rank of 450k, which is a 50k green arrow. So if you've got Keegan, how you doing, fella? Terrible game week so far. Oh dear. Kobe's doing alright, that's good. I've got 72 points and have 17 more games to be played because of a bench boost. Jeez, any minuses involved with that? I mean, my word, that's a hell of a score. Kobe got 40 with DCL triple captain and 10 left. On 41, Keegan, who have you got left to play? Who have you captained? So on. There's still plenty more time for things to kind of turn around. So it's only one game week effectively that's gone so far. So just consider it as a 40-point week, and then we're moving into the next one. DCL triple captain. Now, Kobe, you're not gonna like to hear this, but I am definitely in the boat of wanting Calvert-Lewin to blank tonight. Even though if he does blank, the main game everyone's kind of bringing him in for is the Everton game. The Everton-Southampton lineups have actually been released. The only kind of, I guess, major talking points from those kind of lineups are that no McCarthy in goal. Forster has been. Is Foster or Forster? Forster. There's a Ben Foster, and I think it's Fraser Forster who plays for Southampton. I didn't actually prepare a team sheet page, which I probably should have done. But Southampton are effectively playing 6 attackers with Djenepo, Armstrong, Ward-Prowse, Redmond, Adams and Ings. So you can tell how their approach is going to be to this game. And then Everton have got a really nice looking midfield of Decore, Allen, Sigurdsson and Gomez. So they're basically going to be very, very dominant in the midfield. Oh, Keegan, you got captain DCL. So you still get your captain to go. So if DCL scores tonight, you're on a 60-odd point week or close to that, so you're fine. You just got, I guess, hope that he does it. FS Dom, good to see you in the chat, fella. Forster, yes, it is Forster. Thank you, thank you for that. Time to bring in Bale and Jay Links. I'll tell you what, right? I don't actually have all. Do I reveal what I'm doing for this week already? I'm planning on doing a little. I might do it. I'll do a little stream probably later on Thursday, Friday, just to reveal the source that is going to be happening this week. Jay Lings, I'm not gonna lie. You see that Harvey Barnes? He's red right now. That means Harvey Barnes is basically confirmed to be out for a long period of time, basically. I think 6 weeks at least. Done his ACL in and looked quite bad. It's the pitches. The pitches are really hard and just don't give way. So it was just sort of the impact of his foot. It's just not nice. I don't particularly like seeing it. But unfortunate for Harvey Barnes. But the Harvey Barnes replacement, no joke, I'm actually thinking of bringing in Jesse Lingard, because he has been smashing it of late. Absolutely. I mean, he's played 5 games for West Ham. In that time, he's only blanked once, so he's only not got an attacking return in 1 game. I think he's got 2, maybe 3. I'll just check it, but I think it's 2 or 3 double-digit hauls for Jesse Lingard. For a player below 6 million, I think he's due a price rise. Actually, probably loads of people taking out Harvey Barnes, bringing in the main man Jesse Lingard. And yeah, everyone. The thing is, it's whether you kind of. A lot of people were mocking the West Ham move. Myself being one of them, I thought, Jesse Lingard was mudded. I thought that was that for him. But he's gone to West Ham, and fair play to the guy. He's absolutely smashing it. He's got, since he's been there, he's got a 15-pointer, a 3-pointer, a 6-pointer, a 10-pointer, and a 3-pointer. So, Geeson's genuinely smashing it. Keeping up for the Digne Hall, Kieran Tierney and Jay Ling's in already. I mean, to be fair, neither of them played. Did Arsenal? I'm not sure if Arsenal have a Europa League game this week. I don't think they do because they played last week. But Kieran Tierney, not a bad move. Just a little bit of an injury kind of worry in my eyes. I am looking at one of Tierney or Bellerin though, and with the rotation that Arsenal, the kind of Arteta's doing at the minute because of the kind of a lot of the fixture kind of build up for Arsenal was absolutely insane. If you go on like BBC or any of these sports websites and go on Arsenal and look at their fixtures, they play sort of like every 3 or 4 days for the next month at least. So Arsenal definitely one to monitor because game week 31, they've got unbelievable fixtures. Should I get Bale or Son? For me, it's Bale. For me, it's Bale. For me, it's Son. But Bale, he's got that X factor about him. If you know what I mean. Whenever he does anything, it just looks that little bit more flary. Like the finish for his second goal, absolutely outstanding. The way he's just pinged that ball off the post. The guy is an absolute baller. The thing for me about Bale is, I think for people who are bringing in Bale, for me that's really knee jerky. That's way too knee jerky in my opinion. Son, we know, is going to get more consistent minutes. If this is kind of 3 or 4 game weeks down the line, and we know that Gareth Bale has been playing consistent, at least 60-minute kind of games for the I guess the next 3 or 4 game weeks, then I think Bale could be an option. But at the minute, I don't. Bale not for me. Bale not for me. Son is just Mr. Consistent. Not necessarily Mr. Consistent, but he will play in every single game. So Son is the one for me. Do you know what Bale? Yeah, I mean, he's not going to do it in every game, but as I say, Bale's got the X factor. He's got that sort of, you really like watching Bale and you feel a bit more excited owning Bale than you do Son. But for me, I think Son is the better pick. What to do with Leicester defenders, Dylan? Yeah, it's a very, very good question. I've currently, as you can see there, owned 2 of the guys. For me, Pereira is very much a hold for the majority of the rest of the season. I think, they had that 1-pointer against Arsenal. Yes, Leicester aren't looking too great simply because of the amount of players that they're getting injured. But Pereira is going to be playing in a very kind of advanced position. Now that basically all their attack, now that Barnes is out, now that Maddison is out, Pereira is most definitely going to be playing every week as well, I think, because they've been knocked out of the Europa League. So I can't see Pereira not playing, especially with the injuries. Soyuncu, for me, some people may have Soyuncu as well. I will be moving Soyuncu out soon. I'm not going to be rushing him out because Leicester do have very good fixtures coming up. They play against Brighton, then against Sheffield, I believe, which is one of the main reasons why I actually brought both of them in. Is for these, the next 3 fixtures that Leicester have are Burnley, Brighton, and Sheffield. Then they play themselves. So, if you've got a Leicester defender, no need to rush them out. Come game week 29, you can maybe swap them out for an Arsenal defender. Even the likes of Creswell is quite an easy kind of Pereira to Creswell is quite an easy kind of sideways move that could really, really benefit you. But yeah, the Leicester defenders are definitely a hold for me for now. Look, I put better in and didn't see him start, so I was scared. Yeah, I understand you, Keegan. Like, Bellerin's been really, really solid for Arsenal. He's he's a bit of a bonus point merchant as well, and has got some attacking returns. But I get you in terms of you saw he got taken out. But mind, that Arsenal team had 6 players rotated from what you would argue is their kind of main team that Arteta played in the Europa League. He's not going to be once the fixture schedule calms down, he's going to be playing his best team every week. Tierney is definitely a part of that, so I wouldn't be too worried. The only worry there is kind of the injury concern, but I think Bellerin is a good kind of player as well. Are you going to stream the Everton versus Southampton game? I might go into a little bit of it, but this was just kind of like a quick... The aim of this stream is really just kind of like a quick half an hour sort of catch up, see how everyone's doing for the game week, just a little update on how I'm doing, and just sort of talk through a couple of points, and yeah, just preview the Everton-Southampton game as well. So I probably won't go too far into the Everton-Southampton game, but yeah, just to kind of see how everyone's been doing. Will Maddison be back for the Brighton game? If not, should I get Jay Links to replace him? I haven't actually done too much research into Maddison. I know that it was kind of a situation with Maddison over... It was more about... It wasn't a particularly serious injury. It was just about he would carry on playing. He would play if he didn't feel any pain. I think that was the advice and what Rodgers has come out and said. So it's completely down to him. If he says he's not feeling any pain... pardon me, then he will be back for the Brighton game. But I wouldn't kind of bank on it unless we get some confirmation. So I think that the Maddison to Jay Ling's move is an easy one, but one I'd probably just, hold on to until the end of the week. 1 second. Oh, man. Got a blocked up throat. I need to get some water. If you guys don't mind hitting that like button as well, hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. Really do appreciate it. And keep those scores coming in from how you're doing in game week 26, the double game week. I have Castagna. Do you think Amity will come in and Castagna will be moved forward? Castagna seems to be playing on that left-hand side right now. He did actually. He started on the right against Arsenal, didn't he? And then if Amity comes in, I think it's more likely if Amity comes in, it means Thomas probably won't play because Thomas had a bit of a stinker in the last game against Arsenal. So what I can more likely see happening is Amity playing on the right and then maybe Castagna playing on the left. But if Amity comes in and Thomas does play on the left, then Castagna could be pushed forward because, Leicester are really lacking on attackers right now. So Castagna could go on the left and Pereira could go on the right. So the two defensive fullbacks could actually be playing left and right mid, which would be great for our FPL teams. Captain Foden, is that... Well, no, Keane, you've not got... No. I mean, to be fair, I say I dismiss that, but it's very punty. Very, very punty. But considering they're playing 2 games in the next game week, one against United, but City have actually been stomping over the so-called bigger other teams to kind of stamp their mark. So I actually back them to beat... I actually back City to beat Man United by more goals than I say would them to beat, say, like a Burnley, because against like a Burnley, or we saw them against Arsenal, they get 1-0 up and then they just pass the ball out because they're just like, oh, this is easy. Brought Reguilon in, that is a hell of a pick. FPL tips. Hi mate, Harry, how you doing, fella? So you got 74 so far with a bench boost. That's very, very solid. So surely that would have given you a nice little green arrow. I believe you're about 20k, aren't you? So absolutely smashing it this season. My lowly 450k can't quite keep up, but we move. I'm 59 with triple captain. Played with 10 games left. Yeah, that's triple captain, 10 games left. I think it's just doing better than me there, but doing absolutely fine. I feel like there is going to be a lot of 100 plus scores this game week. I've kind of worked it out, done the maths. I've got 9 players left. So if all of my players play and get 2 points, then I'll be on 78 points, which a 78-point game week, I can't be disappointed with a 78-point game week. it's weird because over the past, I mean, this is going to sound like a bit of a brag, but it's definitely not, because over the past 5 game weeks, I've not had a game week score below 70, and I don't think I've actually gone up in. I don't think I've really seen a green arrow, to be honest. It's a crazy old season. I'll give you that. It's a crazy old season. I think it was literally I was going up and then didn't have Gundo, straight back down. But yeah, it's an absolute crazy old season. I reckon there's going to be a lot of 100 points, 100 plus pointers this game week. A triple captain KDB for a differential, looking good so far. Yeah, I mean, all KDB owners, completely fair play to you. I'm not personally. I'm still not completely sold on KDB. I think that for Man City, Gundo offers a lot more value. I think, to be fair to you, if you're captaining KDB, then for me it's a much better move. But personally, I've got the plan of mostly just captaining Kane or captaining Bruno. I'm actually planning on captaining Kane against Palace, which really hurts because I'm a big Palace fan, but I just that proverbial neutral cap on, we're woeful. Palace are utter shite at the minute. We are utterly woeful. Somehow we beat Brighton, don't know, and then we drew with Fulham. But I'm not going to turn this into a ramble about Palace. I think Kane could be the one. Brendan Rodgers will probably play left wing next game since then. Yeah, I mean, Brendan Rodgers, he's a stacked fella right now. He's since he's started, man. I remember when he started. I think he managed Liverpool before, didn't he? And he was at Celtic. He was at Liverpool, Celtic, and then he came to Leicester. The geezer's, he's got Jack now, so I could see him. Yeah, he could do a job down that left wing. The bit of hold up play. Didn't expect it. Yeah, I mean, I just thought I'd do a little impromptu stream tonight. Just reaction to the game week so far. Yeah, nice green arrow, 30k after this green so far. Yeah, it's always nice to receive a green arrow in a game week, no matter how big or how small. I'm never too disappointed if I've stayed or like at least gone up in rank, even by a little bit. It's when you get the kind of big red arrows that you're just thinking, what the hell is the point in playing this game? What is the point? Also, let me know down in the description, guys, what your predictions are for tonight's game and your thoughts on the lineup. It seems like we've got 6 attackers being played from Southampton, arguably. But Bertrand is a very, very attacking fullback, so you can arguably say that Southampton have put out 7 attackers with 3 centre-backs. So a very interesting combination there that Southampton have put out. And then DCL Richarlison up front. It seems as though from the kind of pictures that I'm seeing of the potential lineup, I mean, we all know they tend to get them wrong, so, let me know what the actual formation for Everton will be. But it seems as though Ancelotti is going to play DCL and Richarlison both through the middle. I'm pretty sure that Richarlison have been playing quite wide in previous when they played sort of together. So it seems as though they're going to play through the middle together. I hope DCL punishes you. I must be one of the only people not owning. To be fair, on the live rank, DCL's got that little skull next to his name. So yeah, it's not ideal. Not ideal. I had the toss up between DCL and Ollie Watkins for this week. And just because of Watkins, I'm glad I went with Watkins actually, because all of that injury rumour stuff was really getting to my head. It was kind of panic, but I actually -4'd in Watkins, although the injury stuff was there, over DCL. And, it seems to have gone okay so far, and he's got the Sheffield United fixture next. But to be fair, a lot of knowledge. Oh, we got FPL Poet back again. How you doing, Penguin? Good to see you, mate. How's your game week going so far? I see you on Twitter with the John. You got John Stones XD ass, if I'm not wrong. So a few injections to be had there. But yeah, I mean, I see a lot of 3-0 Evertons coming in. DCL Hattie DCL. Okay, so I wonder who's got DCL here. I wonder. 2-0 Southampton. Digne on goal. DCL goal. DCL red card. Now that I tell you what, that's Dylan, that's a little bit more up my street here. That's a little bit more up my street. I mean, I I'd allow. I tell you what, we can be kind. DCL doesn't have to get sent off. He doesn't have to get sent off. He can just score an own goal. I think that's fair. Although, if he got a red card, although it probably would be better for non-DCL owners if he did get a red card, because then he wouldn't play against West Brom. But you know, it's all good fun. Digne assists as well. Okay, you're right. To be fair, that combination tonight, I can very much see that happening. I can very much see Digne whipping that ball in. Because there's no Rodriguez as well, I believe. So I'm pretty sure that will give Digne a bit more control over the set pieces. He'll probably take those kind of right to left swinging corners, if I'm not wrong, and Sigurdsson maybe on the other side. But I think, yeah, with Rodriguez out, we'll potentially see a few more set pieces for Digne as well. DCL brace, actually Brigade 3-3 on the FPL point. That's a big one. So we've only got one person predicting Southampton to win. I think Southampton. I think the nil is brave. I think the way that Southampton are setting up. Personally, I think they will score, but I can also see Everton scoring, and I'll very much be hiding. Watch along. I might do like. I'll see how the first. We'll see what kind of because I don't want to like. What I don't want to spend, because I'd end up going for about like, you know, another 2 or 3 hours on here. So if I was going to do a watch along, I'd want to do it properly with kind of, you know, the scoreboard up and everything, and make it more of an actual watch along thing. I'll probably end up running over sort of 5-10 minutes into the first half, so we can just sort of get a gauge for how the game's going, and then everyone can go off and celebrate their DCL wins or DCL hatties. Actually, that makes a point. If you do want to at me on Twitter when DCL scores, just to rub it in that bit more, my Twitter is JABT. On Twitter, like you see on the YouTube, FPL JABT. So get on there, and maybe a few of you will be celebrating with me as well. I don't know, but most of you will probably just be sending me over those injections when DCL goes and scores. But I mean, I'm very worried of. I can't lie, I'm worried about DCL, because seemingly all of my mates in my mini leagues, which is kind of. It's what I care about the most. You know, if I was to win my mini league, but finish, I don't know, 1-2 mil overall rank, I'd much prefer that than finishing top 100k and coming bottom of my mini leagues. If you get me, it's all about the kind of, you know, the competition between your mates and just having a bit of banter there. So. But it's always nice to get the combination of both, I guess. Get the nice overall rank and still do quite well in the mini leagues as well. I mean, the 2 and 2 really should go together, but some people just have insane seasons. Yeah, talking of actually, guys, I'd be intrigued to see where sort of how people are kind of stop jinxing. Digne hat trick, geez. First 10 mins DCL hat trick. I mean, Keegan, you're saying stop jinxing, but currently you've predicted Digne hat trick, Digne assist, 3-0 to Everton. Probably got a DCL DCL hat trick in there as well. I mean, yeah. But yeah, let me know in the comments what overall rank you guys are. I'd really intrigued to see sort of how you guys are doing this season. Don't be scared at all if you're, you know, if your rank isn't so great. It's all good fun here. You know, we're just here to have a laugh and chat about some FPL and try not to take it too seriously, even though, you know, I'm streaming about FPL. So somewhat we take it somewhat seriously, but when it doesn't go well, at least I try and laugh about it. I'll cry for about 10-15 minutes when it doesn't go well, and then I can laugh at it. But yeah, the Everton game is about to kick off. I tell you what do we like? the Leeds game, everyone going into this, Leeds going to batter Villa. I mean, from what I saw from the predictions I saw in the chats, a lot of people were putting Leeds to do Villa over. Fair play to Villa. Same, I think, with I mean, to be fair, I was very much in the camp myself of putting Leicester to beat Arsenal because I wanted to. I've tripled up on Leicester. I mean, come on, man. But I think the main talking point from this game was that Spurs game. Gareth Bale smashing it. Kane, I mean, it's a weird one because Kane, he returned. Like, I think if you triple captained him, even captained him like I have, he's returned and still has another game. So I wouldn't feel too disappointed. You can feel disappointed to the fact that, you know, he could have gotten bonus points. He could have easily gone and scored another goal. But just also, I guess, be happy to own the geezer because he is actually, if you have him captain this week, especially if you have him triple captained, he's actually a differential because not that among the FPL community and Twitter, you may see that you know, a lot of people having Kane, but in the kind of overall perspective, he's actually still a differential. Well, he's a differential if you captained him. So yeah, but I wouldn't be too disappointed. And it seems, you know, most of the other big hitters for this game week, Fernandes, Salah, some people went Son. Son's done very well, and potentially DCL tonight. Hopefully he's gone on blank. But from us in the country, this horrible feeling. Sheffield, nah. I mean, to be fair, Sheffield, like, there's going to be a lot less pressure on Sheffield. Now the Wild is basically talking about them, you know, playing in the Championship next season. I still don't think that the pressure will be until they're mathematically kind of it's an impossibility until that point. I don't think that the weight will be completely lifted off them. We tend to see that once the mathematical kind of barrier or point is reached where teams just, you know, simply cannot stay up, that's when they seem to be released. So we always play Panto kind of teams. Yeah, I feel you, man. Triple captain Dina, I mean, you know, fair play. Good luck to the geezer. Could absolutely pop off this week. But yeah, I will allow everyone to go off and watch the watch the Everton game. Any last minute, I'll hang around for a minute. Any last minute kind of comments or thoughts for this game week, and then I'll head off to cower behind the sofa for this game week. I'll probably do another stream. I'll probably do another stream Thursday or Friday. It's just like a prelude to game week 27, and also just a wrap up of. I may do Thursday and Friday, but I may just combine it and do a wrap up of game week 26 and a preview for 27 in the same stream, and then obviously the the deadline with a heavy heart and one eye on 29. I mean, for Aaron Wan-Bissaka for dunk, Aaron was starting to show up a bit more in the bigger teams. Palace confidence is coming along nicely. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I saw a stat the other day that is kind of mad, and for a lot of people looking to potentially take out the Manchester United defenders because they have a bad run of fixtures, I'd almost kind of maybe advise holding, because there was, I think it was out of, I can't remember, it was 7, 8 or 9 games they've played against the traditional top 6, so your Arsenal, your Chelsea, your City, your Liverpool, Spurs, so on. Most of them are there anyway. They've only 2 of the games haven't finished 0-0. So if you own like a Chelsea defender, a Liverpool defender, a City defender, even a United defender, going into a game where United play against a traditional top 6 side, then you can actually feel quite confident that they're going to keep a clean sheet. And especially in a 0-0 game, the defenders One player I've seen doing quite well recently, Azpilicueta. Very good, very, very good for the bonus points. Players like Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka will be very good for bonus points in those games as well. Players like Trent, Robbo. I mean, if you see Liverpool's back end to the season is pretty mad. So, although I don't think I'll be making a move back to Salah anytime soon, personally. But maybe even not for the rest of the season because I don't plan on captaining him. But that kind of back into the season just looks pretty unreal. So I may even look to punt on someone like Trent, especially now that Fabinho is starting to come back into the side. And the main problem that Liverpool have been having is kind of up front and not defensively, although they have been kind of leaking a few goals now that kind of their defence has really, really struggled with the injuries they've had. But I think if Fabinho and Kabak play together, although I'm still not too sure on Kabak. He seems a little flimsy at the back, a little wobbly. But yeah, Fabinho is back. I think they're a lot more solid, and Trent and Robbo become better. I'm not going to say really good or even good, but they become much better. And definitely puntable options for the fixtures. When is Lamptey back? Who will replace Bernard Veltman? Bernard Veltman. Lamptey typically plays on the right-hand side, so I'd assume that Veltman will go, although I think Veltman is the better of the two. So we could see Veltman drift to the left side and Burn not play, but at the same time, Burn's left-footed, so I still think he would pick Burn over Veltman if Lamptey did come back. And I feel like when Lamptey does come back, he will definitely be coming back into that side, just considering Brighton's position. They kind of need him because he actually offers like a really, really good attacking threat, although he's not someone who's going to stick the ball in the back of the net. And that's really what they're looking for at the minute. They're looking for an out-and-out striker who can just... I mean, yeah, that's another talking point. That Brighton-West Brom game, I was watching that because I went out for a walk with my family. And I was watching that in the car on the way back. And, oh my word. The Lewis Dunk disallowed goal. You got 2 missed penalties. I mean, who's getting relegated this season? Because it's really, it's up for grabs. You got Fuller, to be fair, having watched the entirety of a very, very dull Crystal Palace Fulham game, and even duller because I was sitting in the Crystal Palace sort of side and we did not register a single shot on target, thank you very much. But yeah, just what an awful game. But I don't actually think that Fulham, they were hyped up quite a lot before the game, and for me they didn't really produce that. They really, really lacked a cutting edge. So they have been more defensively solid, to be fair to them, and Anderson does look pretty class at the back, but I still think that it's going to be quite a bit of a struggle for them. But then again, they're already 1 win off, so it could all turn. Newcastle don't look in too great of a situation at the minute, but to be fair to Newcastle, I think Callum Wilson is actually due to recover a lot sooner than people thought, which I think will be a massive saving grace for them. He can single-handedly keep them up. And then I'd say at the minute it's probably between, Newcastle are definitely in it, but Fulham, Brighton, Burnley and Newcastle are the main kind of people who are going to be, or who are kind of all sucked in there down at the bottom. Thank God for Christian Benteke. Thank God for Christian Benteke, because yes and no, because he's been awful, but then came up. I'm going on about Palace too much here. DCL hat trick, please. Penguin, mate. DCL. You know what? I'll allow 6 points because Kane got 6 points, so I think that's fair. No, an assist. Yeah, 6 points. That's fair. Any more than that, I can't be having it. I can't be having it. I've triple captain the DCL. He has to save my game week. It seems like everyone. So either everyone in my chat, the next stream I do, either everyone in my chat is either probably not going to be there because they're too fuming that DCL has blanked and I'm loving knife, or everyone's going to be coming into my reaction whenever I do it, Thursday or Friday, absolutely loving life, and I'm just going to be sitting here glum, having not owned DCL. But to be fair, I've still got the whole of my rest of my team, and I'll focus on that. But I don't really know who I've got in terms of a counter to DCL because he's a weird kind of price bracket. And I don't really think anyone. And the only potential counter would have been Barnes, but obviously he's out, and maybe Ollie Watkins as well, who's already picked up a nice 5-pointer. Bruno or Salah for De Bruyne. Personally, for me, it's Salah. Although he has got, the thing is, it's a tough one because it's like it's the age old fixtures over form debate, because Bruno's like the level of consistency that the guy has, and by the way, had that penalty been given, very controversial, I think. For me, in the end, the right thing kind of happened, but there's been, a hell of a lot of controversy about it. But if that pen goes in, I don't even necessarily think that you're thinking about that. Or if he gets the pen and he scores it, I don't necessarily think that you're thinking about it too hard. And then I guess we'll see what happens for the rest of the game week. I feel like one of either Salah or Bruno will end up scoring in the next fixture, and that'll probably end up swaying your mind. But for me, it would be Salah. If you've got that transfer to kind of, because I do kind of feel that I'd say it's a luxury transfer, but Salah is a real problem right now. I personally think, just because he's not scoring and he seems to be playing really, really wide. And I'd only be keeping Salah if you plan on captaining him. As you can see, like with my team, the funds are really spread, but what it allows me to do is I can plan for game week 29. I can get out, I think I'm going to be able to get out at least 9, potentially 10 players, which I think would be pretty unreal for that game week, considering most people probably go into it with 7, 8 or 9. So if I can get the 10th man, I think that would be pretty unreal. And it also allows me to kind of have a bit of rotation going through to the rest of the season, and also game week 33 there's a blank as well. So I think having at least 2 kind of decent playing players on the bench. I've obviously got a little bit too much money, I think, wrapped up in my bench, and just a little bit too spread. So I would like to have, another reasonably big hitter, just to, not spread the money around so much. I'm looking into a Aubameyang right now, but we'll see. Maybe attack the fixtures if we know there's not going to be rotation. No way is no way have they just scored so early. Richarlison, my guy. And you know what that means for DCL owners. You know what that means. Every goal that Everton score, DCL is less likely to score. I mean, that's absolute bollocks, but that's the way I think about it. Because, to be fair, if Everton go and score another, even maybe 3, then the likelihood really does go down, because when teams get 2 or 3-0 up, the mentality is more to hold the lead rather than kind of, push even further. But, Richarlison and Sigurdsson popping up. Thank you. Sorry to rub it in everyone's faces. See, everyone just leaves now as I'm... but yeah, I think I'll end it there, and still go and cower behind my sofa. But thanks everyone for joining this quick impromptu stream. Gone for about 40 minutes. Hit that like button on the way out, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. And I'll see you soon. Thanks everyone for joining. Have a good one. And I hope DCL blanks.